Hey everyone, I'm Curtis,
And I'm Shank.
and you're listening to the Good Buds podcast.
Let's get sticky fingers.
Welcome to the Good Buds podcast, the show where good buds smoke good buds and talk about them. This is episode 15, airing Monday, November 23rd, 2020, on Spotify, YouTube, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and many more. Thanks for joining us.
Today's episode is brought to you by Chris. That's right, true big dick energy Chris, the awesome dude who gifted me this fantastic weed that I'll be burning in this episode. He cured and cultivated it by himself, and I'm looking forward to burning it. His YouTube username is Spaced Station, and I'll have some links for you down below in the description. Thanks a bunch for the cheeb, and on with the show.
Thanks again, Chris. And also, shout out to my friend Cameron. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday, Cam.
So, Shank, how have you been today?
I've been pretty good, man. I've been having a nice busy day, keeping on top of a few things that I had to take care of, and looking very much forward to recording this podcast with you, man. It's always a high point of my day when we get to record these, right? So, how's your day been?
Uh, my day hasn't been exactly good. Unfortunately, I
Oh,
got fired today.
oh, moderate. Oof,
It
man, that
it was
sucks.
from my side job at the bank. It was one that I just started, but yeah. Uh, uh,
Yeah,
Essentially, a lady had come in and she asked me to check her balance.
yeah, that's an everyday bank thing.
Exactly. So I pushed her over, and she yelled. Anyway, be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you like what we're doing, check out our Patreon page. We have 6 tiers available, including bonus content and access to our private Discord channel.
That's absolutely right, and we would love if you could go check out our page and consider donating to the show. Now, let's get into the reviews.
Good buds review, good buds.
So, Curtis, what are you burning today, man?
Well, Shank, today I am burning on the very sticky and very sparkly glitter glue.
Ooh, glitter, the herpes of the craft world.
Absolutely. Now, glitter glue is a indica dominant hybrid. This is again grown by Dubers here in Detroit, similar to the strain I had last episode. Now, I
Hmm?
believe this to either be a house name for their version of superglue, because it has a lot of qualities that are very similar to that, but not exactly, so I'm not sure. It also has a lot more crystallization. Or
Nice.
this is a house blend that they have. I don't know. It possibly has Northern Lights in it, possibly has other glue variants. Not 100%. What I do know is it's grown by dupers, called glitter glue. It's an indica dominant hybrid, and it does have almost 25% THC.
Ooh,
This is a hefty,
nice.
high little pack of high little pack of nug. Um,
Nice.
but with that being said, the overall look of it, it is a medium-sized nug. It's very light, fluffy, and it's got this nice semi-dry feel to it. That here, I'll just give you a little ASMR right here. Oh yeah, you can hear
Ooh,
that crunching up.
nice.
Now,
Sounds so good.
it's got a nice little mix of emerald and olive greens in there. It's got some lighter minty greens towards the base of it, towards going towards that center. But it also packs some nice purple colors in there. Some purple on the
Hmm,
leaves, some purple on the inside a little bit. Very nice mix all
piece
throughout.
like a piece of art.
Exactly. Now it's also got the. What's interesting is it also has these pockets of thick bundles of rust-colored hairs. Like normally they're spread evenly throughout, like one or two every, equally spaced out or whatever. But these are actually just like almost clustered, kind of like roots or like weeds, like sprouting out every
Nice.
so often.
Like tufts of hair coming out of an
Yeah,
old guy's ear hole.
yeah. So it's a very interesting
Yeah,
effect that you get from it. And like I had mentioned
nice.
before, it also has a copious amount of crystals, both inside and out. Got sugar leaves that coat it. It's uh yeah, like I said, it's just keeping on some of those sugar leaves, so giving it a natural look, but it also makes it just smell absolutely beautiful, which that smell is a very prime, very sharp citrus scent that comes out. Now it does smooth and mellow out into kind of a floral scent, but it's just a very strong citrus scent in. It's a very hard citrus scent that lingers, and it has this very nice clean scent to it too that I think comes off of the crystals. I think the crystals are
Nice.
definitely adding some effect to that. But yeah, really strong terpenes. It doesn't say anywhere online, but I believe it has limonene and carafilene as some
Hmm.
terpenes in there, but that's just a guess on my opinion.
You're just throwing it out there. Hazard a guess.
Exactly. Throw it at the wall, see if it sticks, which it definitely will
Yeah.
because it's so
Yeah.
sticky, icky.
Oh, nice.
But Shank, what have you brought along for Smoke and Tell today?
Well, speaking of sticky, I have one of the legendary OGs, Gorilla Glue number 4. That's right, man. The multiple award-winning strain. This one came from seeds that were grown. They were seeds from One Love Genetics, and it was grown by, like I said earlier in the episode, Chris, a good friend of mine, who you can check out on YouTube in the links below.
Big Dick Energy, Chris.
Um, Big Dick Energy. And now this weed has been described as a bundle of trichomes with seeds and stems jammed into it. And it's been crossbred from so many legendary strains that it would probably take me the rest of the episode to list all of its heritage, but I'm not going to bother doing that. We just know Gorilla Glue is very well known for a reason.
Just know
Um,
that ganja is the main root of the family tree.
Straight up, straight up. And it got its name actually from the fact that the resin was so thick on the scissors when they were trimming it that it would make them stick together if you didn't clean them after you were done. So that's magnificent.
Oh yeah.
I know, I love it. So this one is a hybrid sativa. So it's beautiful, fluffy, tight, yet tight nugs that are cured exceptionally well. It's got a very light green with subtle red hairs tucked all throughout it, though. The strange thing is when you look at it from a distance, it looks very crisp and tight, but the closer you get, the more it looks spongy and pillow-like.
Kind of like one of those
Overall,
perspective changing type things.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah, like the Bob Marley paintings with the pennies and stuff. It's really cool. So it's got a few sugar leaves all over it, just like yours. A few dotted sugar leaves throughout that add a nice darker forest green to the overall light green tone of the nug. And it gives it that nice natural look, which I really like seeing in, homegrown and self-grown strains that you don't usually get from the store-bought strains, because most of the time the store-bought ones have either been tumbled or very carefully machine, trimmed so that they're very, very close to the nug, right? But looks great. But the smell is very much Gorilla Glue. It's a strong, strong diesel smell, with hints of chocolate and coffee, which is really nice because I like chocolate and I like coffee, like especially together. Like cafe mocha. That's my jam.
Right.
But yeah. So it's got this really nice dense earthy tone overall. Like over everything, just kind of like sitting on top. Um, and because of the fact that this is like a bundle of trichomes jammed together, it's also got a very sweet, almost lemony tone, um, sitting in the background as well. So it's kind of confusing. It's a little bit all over the place. It's a beautiful looking nug. Chris did a fantastic job growing this and trimming it and everything else. And pictures of this will be available on Instagram for you folks to check out down below in the description. And you can check out Curtis's strain as well. They're both beautiful, I'm sure, and you are going to love them.
Check us out on the
But
Instagram. You can also check us out on our Reddit. And then you can check us out on our Facebook and our Twitter, where we post memes and stuff there because ad friendly.
Yeah, hit those memes. And if you've got any memes or anything like that that you find hilarious or anything else, feel free to tag us in them on Facebook or post them on our page or on Reddit. Like we're happy to see them and we love to interact with you guys as much as we can, right? So
exactly.
It's kind of hard when we're two disembodied voices attached to two sexy looking green and purple characters on a YouTube channel. But we are people here and we like to connect with you as people as well. So
But we do hope on hopefully switching that around soon. With this being the announcement that we are planning on doing a couple live videos on Instagram and Facebook coming up. So
he's not wrong.
Like, comment, make sure you're following us on all those pages so that way you can keep up to date with whenever we go live.
Yeah, you can get a bit of a heads up. You'll be able to see our beautiful somewhat faces.
Talk with us. We'll give you some shout outs, stuff like that. You know what we're saying. But
yeah, exactly, right? But we should you think we should burn some of this? Try some out?
I think we should. I got a bong pecked here, which my fingers are still sticky from.
Same here, man. I got one sitting in my hand right here.
Hell yeah. Well, you know what they say, bro. Lighters out. Tokes go boat. Let's try this.
Oh my lord. Mm. Oh geez. That's
Ooh,
delicious, man. Oh,
the
so
taste.
how's yours burning today, man?
Ooh. So it's a very smooth yet very full hit. Like it's very calming and it's very cooling. It rolls over the tongue and smoothly down the esophagus.
Esophagus.
Ooh. Now the
Nice.
citrus comes through very nice and smooth. It kind of fills the mouth for a while and definitely lingers in there, but it definitely flows out into this. I don't want to say exactly earthy tone, but it just feels very deep, very rich, almost like caramel. I would say, like a very
Nice.
caramely type of thing.
Yeah.
Like
Like a
it's a very
smooth, like
a
soft.
dense, smooth sweetness. So like caramel or maybe some dark chocolate or something, but it's
Nice.
very good, still potent, and like I said, calming, cooling, very delicious. I'm gonna take another hit. Shank, how does yours taste for us?
Well, mine was a very smooth but tart toke. Had really strong diesel notes still sitting in there. Like those diesel notes definitely stuck around. It's like a punch in the lung with love. I really like it. It's got a nice slight grassy tone that you get from the small sugar leaves that are on there, which add a lot to the overall taste, and a little bit of CBD into the mix to give it that balance that you really need.
Oh yeah,
Um,
always like
Overall,
that
man,
extra CBD kick to it.
yeah. I mean, we're both dudes with some aches and pains, so it helps out a lot, right?
Exactly.
And so it's really nice. The overall taste is gorgeous, man. It's beautiful. This was cured perfectly. It's been treated really well. It's a clean, smooth, nice toke. The exhale is a little bit more sharp, and it leaves me with a bit of a dry mouth, but nothing exceptionally bad. Like nothing I would write home about unless they're having a slow news week.
Well, that's good for you, and
Yeah,
hopefully we can find some other opinions that sound similar. Cause it's time for the
yeah,
online
man, yeah.
opinions. These are the opinions of other stoners online, and we are other online stoners adding our opinions. Saying that a lot.
Opinion.
Damn right. So, the glitter glue has been known to have a euphoric yet tingling body high, which is interesting because I haven't seen a
Hmm.
tingly strain in a while, at
You
least.
gonna get tingly.
Uh, it has a very relaxed and possible, or it puts you into a relaxed and possibly sleepy state. So, if I start drifting off, sorry, bros. Um, it's got
I'll try to give you a nudge.
exactly. It's got some stress and anxiety relief, which is good because fuck life. Um, and
Yeah,
it appe-
feels.
it appears that the only side effect seems to be some dry mouth.
Hmm.
So as always, I got bevs. I got everything prepared as normal. Be a prepared stoner if you're gonna be one.
Always.
Exactly. What's it gonna say about that Gorilla Glue?
Well, for the Gorilla Glue, I am looking at, this is kind of odd for a sativa strain, but I'm looking at a very relaxed, sleepy high. Apparently it's quite known for cottonmouth as well. It's got a very strong body high, which may cause couch lock if I'm not careful. So,
You're
I'm
told
definitely going
one
to be
thing and it
cautious of
gives
that.
you something completely different.
I know it's the old switcher, the old bamboo. I've been bamboozled, guys.
You've
But
been
but at the
speckled
same
or
time, just judging from that little bump that I got from that bong hit there, I think it's going to be an enjoyable feel. It's got me already a little uplifted, so
nice.
I'm going to personally add little initial uplifting effect to that there, and obviously we'll post our reviews online, and everything else, and you guys can check out obviously our podcast in video format and audio format to get our opinions on other different things, but check out multiple sources just like we do. We like to find out everybody's thing because some
Exactly.
people are saying it's relaxed and sleepy, but who knows? You may be having me
Other people might
super high
say
energy
it's a
later.
crack effect and they're up all night working.
Yep.
Who
Yep.
knows?
And who knows, man, right? So it varies, but it's good to look at those opinions from other different perspectives, right? Which is why we
Exactly.
always give you
But at
our
this
opinions and theirs.
but at the same time, it looks like both of us may get a little sleepy, so hopefully neither one of us gets faded too well.
Oh man, I can see that. Just like to just end the episode, all they hear is just me and you like softly snoring in the background, and like the outro starts playing.
The outro. Exactly. We have to cut in an editor's note. Yeah, we fell asleep, guys. Thanks for watching. Later.
Yeah, editor's note, guys. We both fucking totally passed out hard. So
We were
saws.
we were just hard faded. Which,
Yeah,
speaking of
saws.
faded,
Hmm.
oh, what do you know? Look at that,
Nice.
joints appeared.
Dude, that was convenient joints, man.
That was
that's
the
awesome.
easiest way I could have edited that possible.
Yeah. Once again, feels. So yeah, man, I got my joint, you got your joint.
Show for show. You know what they said, or you know it's 420 somewhere. Everyone around the world, doesn't matter. Lighters out, bros.
Yep.
Blaze it.
Blaze it. Oh man, I can hear that sticky sizzle.
I hear it too. I can just hear it melting on, fucking resonating that end, and it's already fucking resonated like halfway up.
Here, let's see if the ASMR will pick this up. Here, hold on. I don't know if
I heard that.
I heard that
so well. Here, let's see if you can hear him online.
Man, oh, it's so nice. That burn is so good. Ooh, it's got a little bit more of a sharp, like a harsher edge to it in the joint here than the bong did. But I'm not minding at all.
Luckily, mine is remaining smooth,
the hell out of this.
and a lot more of that citrus seems to be punching through now that it's in joint form. Today I'm just smoking out of a classic zigzag plain white quarter inch orange pack.
Yeah,
other adjectives.
I'm burning out of my other adjectives to describe how boring a zigzag is. And I'm burning out of my OCBs as usual. Actually, there'll be a beautiful picture on our Instagram of the joint rolling setup that I actually had for this podcast episode. So yeah, man, like this is nice. It's burning really well. It's nice and smooth. It's a treat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice, very calming, very full head. Very tasty. And yeah, it's a really nice strain.
I'm loving this.
It's funny because
fantastic.
Gorilla Glue is such a good award-winning strain, and it just feels like since it won its awards, just everybody I know at least has at least smoked some form of Gorilla Glue, and every dealer and every dispensary always has some on stock. At least around here in Detroit,
that's what I mean.
It's become like one of the number one strains around here. That and gelato, of course, but
yeah, like, well, that's what I mean. Like, it's one of those strains that's just kind of ubiquitous, with like marijuana and cannabis in general. Yeah, it's like it's one of those strains that literally everybody and their dog has heard of Gorilla Glue.
It's starting to become the Afghan,
really
the Hindu, the fucking the Maui Wowie type of thing, where it's just like becoming a household name for marijuana. Or not a household name, but one of the strands of it is becoming household. So, very interesting.
Yeah, no, it's really like it's one of those things too where like this strain, I have had Gorilla Glue in the past, obviously.
Oh yeah, I have as well.
It's one of those it's one of those things where like it does taste very similar to other Gorilla Glue strains that I've had, but overall, it has a very distinct flavor to it as well, because you can tell that it was nice and naturally grown. Like it was no chemicals, no nothing. Like it's just
actually
fantastically grown strain.
I can go back right now and I can look and see that we have done before, or I've done Gorilla Cookies. That was back in episode 9. If you want to go check that out. And we've also done Citrus Glue and Monkey Glue, and that was our very first episode. So
yes, that
actually very nice. Hey. Nice way to celebrate our 15th episode.
Yeah, 15th episode.
Citrus Glue and Monkey Glue, and now we're at fucking Glitter Glue and Gorilla Glue. So your strain grew up, and mine just got fancier, but it still tastes like citrus.
Yeah, but it's still very citrusy. But yeah, man, it's absolutely awesome. I friggin' I'm loving the taste of it overall. Like, so Chris, once again, I'd like to thank you for for hooking me up with this for this episode so that I could burn it and enjoy it. I'm gonna actually put this joint out for just a moment here, just off to the side, save the rest of that for a little bit, because I honestly I'm already getting a good lift from that as it stands. I don't even think that I need to finish the entire joint right off the get go, which is rare for me. Most of the time, I do smoke the entire joint, so that's fantastic. I'm loving that.
Oh yeah. Well,
It's a good treat.
let us know when you decide to light that back up again. I'm gonna keep
Oh,
smoking on
I
mine
will.
for a little bit.
Oh, I will. I will. Yeah, man, but it's absolutely fantastic, like I mean, it's like I'm so glad that marijuana in Canada is legal so that like we can grow this and gift it to one another, we wouldn't selling it is illegal and everything else, like as
Right.
adults we can just kind of if I grow some I can hook my buddy up with it, just give it to him so he can try it out or whatever. That's perfectly fine. We wouldn't sell it. He gave this weed to me, you know,
Yeah.
free of charge. Didn't even really request a big shout out or anything like that. I decided I wanted to do it for him. But yeah, man. And so I'm glad that we can just since it's legal here in Canada, we can just grow plants in our house, and we can try all kinds of different strains and try all kinds of different grows. It's pretty sweet.
Oh yeah.
Makes me happy.
Very nice. And I really hope that that can grow to other countries. Obviously, we
Mm,
talked last week about America eventually having a vote on legalized marijuana, but that'll
true,
happen
they're
sometime in
working towards
December.
it.
So
Yeah, they're working
very
towards it.
nice. But that also reminds me of something else. And in order to get into that, we have to get into some weed news worldwide. So Shank, today we have a very special little bit of news for everybody here.
Mm-hmm.
So the Mexican Senate committees have formally approved marijuana legalization bill for full floor action. What this means
There we
is
go.
their rough draft has gone through, that was approved. Their secondary draft and everything has gone through. It's been approved by everybody, and it just has to get onto the floor to get voted by the last little bit to get voted through, and marijuana will become legalized in Mexico.
That's fantastic on a countrywide level, man. That's magnificent to hear.
Exactly.
Hopefully we can hopefully
This
we can soon welcome Mexico into the legal country club.
and hopefully America follows suit, and all of NAFTA can include marijuana as one of its tradable crops
Oh,
that it
wouldn't
can
that be
share
so
between
great?
everybody, which would
Wouldn't that
be
be great? We could
incredible.
just all share weed.
Exactly.
That's the dream, man. Just for
This
all of us to be able to share weed, man.
this bill would allow adults 18 years and older to purchase and possess up to 28 grams of marijuana and cultivate up to 4 plants for personal use in
See,
Mexico.
and now
Very
every time
nice,
I
very
hear that,
regulated, very easy, and the main thing is I hope this either brings an end to violent gang activity and violent cartel activity in Mexico,
yes,
minimizes it at
please.
least, or it helps cartel members legitimize, if that's a word, I
Yeah.
don't fucking know. I'm high, fuck it.
Yeah,
Legitimize, whatever.
legitimize. Yeah.
But helps them
Yeah, and
legitimize
yeah.
and become normal actual cultivators who actually grow it and sell it to a legal market.
Absolutely, man. Like absolutely, because it's like with the like cartels and stuff like that. If they have the option to do it as a business and not have any potential legal repercussions, they'll do it. Like, because they do everything they can now to mitigate getting in trouble by sneaking around. But if they can do stuff legally, then they will because it's easier than sneaking around, and ultimately it's cheaper.
Yeah,
So it's just one of those things where it makes more sense for them to go the legitimate path if it's an available option, and if it's not, they're just gonna keep doing what they're doing, right? So,
right. Well, at the
I
same
think
time, if they
that's yeah.
legitimize the marijuana, that means they might have to cut out on, the crack, cocaine, heroin, human trafficking,
Oh no, they can
weapons.
still do. They can yeah, they still do that shit. They'll still do that shit. They'll just have another branch of the business. It's like the mafia. The mafia had
I
like
mean, shit,
legitimate
Big Pharma does
businesses, and
that
they had
still, so we're good.
I know, yes, I know, right? Like you can't tell me that this all these like thousands of kilos of like oxycontin and stuff like that are ending up on the streets are just getting there through fucking like random people's prescriptions being put into wheelbarrows.
And that's where the
Like you're
guns
not
come
stealing.
from too.
Yeah, exactly. Right? You're not stealing your aunt's pills and then selling them to some cartel guy who sells them to someone else. They're getting like bulk packages of pharmaceuticals, right? So we know, it's all shady, but we know.
Regardless, blah, blah, blah,
and
it's all
yeah,
good.
regardless of all
Mexico,
that, it'll be good for you. Yeah, Mexico. If that happens, it'll be really good. But
really
like,
good.
not only like the one thing I want to touch on though from that is that you said they could have up to 28 grams or 4 plants, right?
Correct.
No, it's the same in Canada. You're allowed to have like up to 28 grams and up to 4 plants, right? Growing 4 plants in your house, right? Now, that makes me think that nobody in the government, when they were writing that law, none of them had ever been anywhere near a cannabis grow. Because everybody knows that you can get more than 28 grams off of one plant,
Well, they
you
said
know?
purchase and possess. I think they mean openly possess, as in carry
Yeah,
around.
probably in public. But I'm like talking, man,
'Cause
you could like, because I'm telling
in
you, you could
Michigan,
stockpile kilos.
because the specific rule in Michigan for it is at least you can grow up to 6 plants if you are a non-medical patient. You can grow up to 12 plants per person if you are a medical. You can grow up to
No lit.
25 per person and person under you if you are a caregiver. Now, if you are a non-medical cannabis user, you can possess up to 2 ounces on you on your person, walk around with it, whatever, as long as it's either locked or away from you, so where you can't really
Hmm.
smoke it, then
Yeah, you just
you
can't
can
burn it walking
possess
down the
it.
street.
It's no problem whatsoever. Anything more than that, a
You,
little bit different. Edibles and concentrates are different. It's debatable, whatever. Um, but any more than that 2 ounces, as long as you're keeping it at home locked away, you're allowed to have it. For example, I am technically breaking the law right, or no, I'm technically legal right now because I have two
yeah.
ounces out and all of my extra weed is locked in a lockbox
Oh,
that
there
I
you
have the
go.
key for. So technically, I am legal right now.
Huh, there you go. So that's fine. See, and it's like loopholes like that. You know, that's the important thing is that, and like, and I think ultimately that'll be good all around for Mexico. You know, like they'll be able to
Yeah,
fucking smoke. They'll be able to smoke if they want to. Older people can start smoking. You know, like all of the old folks down in Mexico have been working hard their entire fucking lives.
exactly.
Can kind of they can finally burn some weed, man.
Which does get me into my next uh little tidbit there. So,
Oh yeah,
a recent study has been done. Now, this study has uh based on seniors. It says
nice.
that first-time cannabis users over the age of 60 has recently skyrocketed in seniors. So,
You token old people.
exactly. So, a new
Oh, I'm
study
gonna
from
relight
the
my joint, by the way.
oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and light that while you're telling the story because I'm gonna burn one for the old folks. Anybody out there listening to this podcast that's over the age of fuck,
50.
just anybody who considers themselves old. I'm not
If you
even gonna
feel
say, or
old,
even if you don't, if you feel old,
just
this is
smoke
this joint right here. I'm burning it to you.
lighter.
I'm just light this joint. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Ooh, the lady. All right, man.
Ugh,
So we got old people
yeah.
smoking weed.
So these old people,
Fuck yeah.
it's a new study from the University of California, San Diego. They found
Hmm.
that 15% of older cannabis consumers use it for to fight the system or symptoms of aging.
I thought you were gonna say fight the system. I was about to be like,
Get
yes.
off my lawn, you fuckers! I got my cane
Fuck
in
the
my joint.
police coming! Fuck the police coming straight out the old home.
So, uh,
Uh,
this helped with stuff like pain, insomnia, anxiety, stuff that normal people who are aging, of course, fucking deal with.
yeah.
But they took a closer look and they went to a geriatric center. Um,
Yeah.
the participants were all above the age of 65 years old. 73% of the ones that were surveyed were over the age of 75 years old, and there was a total of
Hmm.
568 people that they surveyed. Here is what they found out. Out of
Let's see what
all
they found out.
out of those 568 people, 78% of them reported that cannabis was primarily used for medical reasons.
Hmm.
That means
Makes
78%
sense.
of them smoke weed and use it for medical reasons. Pain, anxiety, and insomnia are the most common symptoms that they need to fix, or
Yep.
and 61% of seniors started using cannabis for the first time at the age of 60.
Hmm.
Now a little snippet here. Pain, insomnia, and anxiety were the most common reasons for cannabis use, and for the most part, patients reported that cannabis was helping to address these issues, especially with insomnia and pain. This was by Christopher Kaufman, PhD, the assistant professor in the Division of Geriatrics and Geron, geron, Gerontology,
Yeah,
the study of
gerontology.
old people.
That's a bleh.
But anyway, yeah. So
I want to be an
gerontology
old
in the
person test when
Department
I
of
get older.
Medicine and UCSD, and one of the study's authors, and he said that in a press release. Seriously, gerontology. I gotta Google this.
Yeah, dude, like the study of old people, like I'm not getting it. It's like that's cool. I mean, if that's a like
No,
field
serious.
you can
Oh,
go into,
okay, seriously. The scientific study of old age, the process of aging, and the particular problems of old people. So gerontology is literally
dude.
the study of old people. That's
Dude, you know what though?
hilarious.
I remember. Oh, dude, you know what? Honestly, I remember where I heard that word before in the past too, because I was watching. I remember a program on the Discovery Channel, like ages ago, and they were talking about that, and they were talking about alleles, like those like little like cell things that basically, like they're what make up you, like they're
Yeah.
the little bits that make up
Yeah,
you, and
midichlorian.
they said. Yeah, yeah, metachlorian. And they've got these little forky things, and I remember the one thing that I took away from the show. I forgot fucking almost everything else, right?
Yes.
But the one thing I took away from the show was that they have these little like two-pronged fork things on the end, and normally what happens is the tips of those reproduce to make new ones. Like, that's how they reproduce is they form out of those tips and then they split
Mitosis.
off, right?
See?
And mitosis, yeah, through mitosis. Haha, yeah. The powerhouse of the cell.
You fucking idiot.
I fucked that up. Anyway, see, like I said, I fucking forgot everything. But except the one thing I remember is that they said that these alleles, these things, they get shorter as you age. Like the tip of them gets shaved off, like every time they replicate over
Ow.
time. And yeah, I know, right? Apparently you don't feel it though, which is really weird. But what they said basically is that once they got too short, your cells started reproducing weird, and that's why as you get older, you start getting like liver spots and really thin skin, and like you like your cells start to deteriorate, your cartilage deteriorates, your bone mass, and everything else
You start to
because of the
freeze.
fact that yeah, the parts that normally would keep reproducing and be healthy to keep your body strong and youthful have aged to the point or have gone through the phase so many fucking times that they're tired of your shit and they stop doing what they're supposed to do, and that's apparently why we die. So a lot of this program was apparently focusing on these scientists that might have been these what is it, old
Gerontologist.
person, yeah, gerontologists, these old personologists, and apparently they were looking for a way to make it so that those cells don't wear away or don't wear away as fast to basically artificially enhance a person's lifetime, like a life scale. Like it would make it so that your cells would continue reproducing
Nice.
forever and like but in a healthy way. Like they would never start to deteriorate and
Did
they would
the
never like
did those elderologists ever figure it out?
I don't think the old the old fogyientists figured it out. They might have. I haven't looked the thing up in years, and frankly, until you mentioned it right now, um, I hadn't thought about it at all. So I
Well,
may Google that and update
yeah.
you guys in the next episode.
Yeah,
'Cause
we'll
that would be
figure
pretty
out
fucking
if
sweet.
the fucking geezerologists have figured it out or not.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But you know what? It's really crazy because I was thinking to myself, since a lot more old people are smoking weed now,
Right.
right?
Of course.
Like they're gonna need like those novelty phones with the giant fucking keys that are like the size of your fist,
Yes.
like so that they can see it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like I'm just looking at this package of weed next to me, like this package of weeda that I got sitting here,
Right.
and I'm not going to say that I need reading glasses to see what it says on the package because I can read it perfectly fine.
Right.
But I can tell that I may at some point in the future need reading glasses in order to read that fucking print because it's kind of small.
Yeah.
Um, even the like the title of it, right? But and that got me thinking. News, like, are there any articles or studies out there about old people and like marijuana, like in medical, like and stuff like that, in packaging.
Right.
Like, because like my stepdad's a medical user, and I know a lot of medical users, and like, they're getting older, man. Like
For
they're
sure.
aging. It's an aging group, and more old people are getting other old people to smoke, which is kudos to you, old guys. If you're
Well,
sitting there in the nursing home looking at your buddy going, "Have you ever smoked weed?" And he's like, "No." And you're like, "Well, come on, let's go out back and I'll burn the tube with you. You'll fucking love this shit." It'd be awesome.
well,
Like that's gonna be me if I ever end up
Yeah.
having an old body and I'm not put into a robot body by the time I'm old. But I looked into it and I found out something really interesting about cannabis packaging. And that's my news article for today actually has exactly to do with that. It's about weed packaging that basically companies out there, there's no legislation right now about it. Like, I mean, they have general legislation saying you need to have like THC content and CBD content and stuff like that because it's just something you need to label, right?
Right.
But with naming conventions, like you said with your strain you're smoking today, that beautiful glitter glue, right?
Yeah.
You don't know whether that's like legit. It's a strain called glitter glue that's called that, or some dealer just decided that that would market way better than Gorilla Glue, or than what was the other one that it looked like you said?
Right. Super glue.
Super glue. Yeah, like it could be super glue, but everybody knows super glue, so
Right.
they named it glitter glue,
They could
right?
have
To get
put.
it.
Yeah, they could have put or gave it some kind of different
Yeah.
formulation of tea or something, or added different kind of light to make the crystals grow a little
Yeah.
bit more.
Exactly, right? So a lot of industry
I don't know
companies
how
are coming up
growing
with their own.
exactly works. If you are a grower out there, please don't hate me. Just subscribe and then comment and tell me how I'm wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, and I do know a little bit about it, and I know that with crossbreeding and everything else like that, it is a fairly complex process, but it is a traceable thing. It's like it's a
Yeah.
like it is a traceable thing, right? So I mean, like there are going to be hints of each strain and varying on whether, how the strain is grown and everything else. It's going to have different mixtures, right? Whether you take the pollen from one or the seed from another or vice versa, right?
Right.
So it's one of those things where it could be an actual new strain made by the people who grew it, or it could be one renamed in order to sell it better. And I've noticed that with some medical companies, like the medical company MedRelief. I think they're Aurora now. They've been bought out. They have a strain called Thor, which is Ghost Train Haze. And I smoked Ghost Train Haze, I believe, on our spooky episode. Did I
Yes.
not?
Yes, you did. You did.
Yes, I did.
Halloween
And
episode.
so yeah, on the Halloween episode, check it out on our Anchor page or any of our other pages. And so it's one of those amazing things that like Thor, what they call it, is literally Ghost Train Haze, right? So they just brand it as Thor because a medical user doesn't necessarily want to be buying Ghost Train Haze. You don't really want to be thinking about ghosts if you're
Right.
potentially dying.
Thor.
Good marketing. Smart. So Thor, though, Thor is a fucking mighty brand, and honestly,
Everyone
Thor
wants
works because
everyone wants
having
Chris
smoked.
Hemsworth.
I was literally about to say, having smoked the Ghost Train Haze and enjoyed it so friggin' much, like it smelled like Chris Hemsworth, what I imagine he would smell like. I don't know for certain, but like it's just what I imagine he would smell like is what that weed smells like. It was beautiful.
Australian musk and California.
Just beauty. just radiant beauty. I mean, and my wife and I agree, radiant beauty. But yeah, so it's really cool though because a lot of companies though are starting to switch it a little bit because they did some studies. So Science Daily did a study about THC levels in edibles. And they found out that most consumers age 16 to 30. By the way, if you're 16, why are you doing edibles, man? Come on. If you're don't do a study about it.
If you're
Like, come on,
16, why
lie.
are they allowing you
Say you
into a
don't.
study about that?
Yeah. Yeah, no, well, no, I mean, that's the thing is, like, it could be an
Whatever.
anonymous study,
They
right?
could
So
have
whatever,
just
but I'm
they
not
could
gonna
have just
judge.
seen if they read the packaging. So,
And not only that, if you're a medical user and you're 16, that's fine,
but anyway,
to be fair. If you're using for medical purposes
Yeah,
when you're
that's
16,
actually
go
fine.
nuts.
but anyway,
Go nuts. But anyway, they ages 16 to 30 couldn't identify if an edible had a low or high THC level based on the label. So basically, they handed them a label of an edible with a label on it, and they were like, "Hey, does this have a low or high THC content?" And they'd look at it and they'd be like, "Fucked if I know." you know?
Right.
So, if you add to that the fact that roughly 30% of Americans consume weed, which is a pretty fucking big audience, that could benefit from, the weed that they smoke if they knew more about it. So, it's actually really funny, because there was a freelance package designer named Jen Osborne is quoted as saying, "Some strain names are kind of weird. What the F is Gorilla Glue? What does that mean?" Awesome. My strain was named in the fucking article.
Oh, wow.
Love it. It's that ubiquitous that it's
Exactly.
literally in an article about weed. So it's
But we
fantastic.
know
So
why it's
basically what they're
called that name now. So,
I
now,
know. We
lady.
know.
Man.
Now we know.
Dude.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The reason why it's called Gorilla Glue is because it sticks your scissors together like Gorilla
Anyway.
Glue and you have to heat them up.
But yeah.
Anyway. So essentially what they're saying is that creative naming coupled with the plant's federal illegality, which means that, federally there's no regulations for it.
Right.
So state to state, the
That'd be
same
great.
strain could be called something different. Like, like Skywalker OG could be Jedi Kush in another place or whatever. They don't fucking care.
Exactly.
As long as it sells, right? You sell to the demographic, which isn't dumb. That's why marijuana has its names in the first place. Pineapple Express and everything else. They all got
Kinda
their
how
names. Girl
business
Scout
works.
cookies. Like, yeah, that's how business works. You market. But the labeling sucks for shoppers. Like, if you're out there, you don't really know a lot about it. So some brands are starting to switch over to better packaging with more educational information on it. So they're saying things like, what kind of effect, like how we give the reviews from other people online. We look
Right.
up, how many people say it's euphoric, high lifting, like
Yeah.
that kind of thing. They're putting that on the packaging as well as the full THC content and the terpenes, whether it's an indica or a sativa. If you recall, I had that strain a little while back that had nothing on the label. It didn't say.
Yeah.
It just said, like it didn't say whether it was sativa or indica, so I had to Google it and look around quite a bit to find out that it was a hybrid, right? But it's one of those things where they're starting to be more transparent with what's in their cannabis, like the terpenes and everything else.
It's really
And yeah, and so I think, like touching back on that old people smoking thing, they're making the packaging more clear. Like, they are, rather than, if they're growing a strain of Gorilla Glue that's different for their brand, they're not calling it like elephant glue or anything like that, right?
Right.
They're calling it Gorilla Glue by this company, right?
Exactly.
And so if a person goes into a store and wants Gorilla Glue, they see Gorilla Glue by that company or whatever, right? And the company has a breakdown of all the different like terpenes, what it'll do, the general effects,
See, and
the
not
best
only
way of
does that
consumption.
help with the customers and everybody like that who wants to help it, that helps us out because we really want to give you guys as best of a breakdown as we can on these strains. And right now it's based on the packaging that we get it in, the person we get it
Big
from,
time.
and what we can find online. So if it just comes
Big
in the
time.
package like that, straight from the horse's mouth, fuck yes.
Yep. Yeah, actually, in fact, it mentions directly that in the article. It references directly that. It says, because I would consider us to be connoisseurs.
Yes.
Like we enjoy different strains for different reasons. We appreciate them all for their
We are
own unique aspects.
ganjasaurs.
We are ganjasaurs, Oh my god, we're ganjasaur. All right, if someone out there wants to make a ganjasaurus rex, I will love you forever.
I'm sure
But make him
somebody
look
has.
fancy and classy. He needs a monocle. Because I mean he's a classy, ganjasaur of the arts.
Ganjasaur,
But anyway, so
ganjasaurus.
they mentioned that specifically though for the connoisseur. It's saying that a direct quote from the article, which you can find on Weed Maps, by the way, which we'll have a link for in the we'll have a link for all of our news articles, not nude articles, our news articles. Only Curtis's OnlyFans will be available at 600 subscriptions. But
Come on, guys, let's get it. Good buds, good buds, good buds.
Let's get it. But so what they say, a direct quote from the article says that the connoisseur is an experienced consumer who wants all the possible information available. Yes.
Right.
Check. And this group is looking for different tastes and profiles of strains. If you're looking at a strain and it says fruity and citrusy, now you're starting to imagine that. If you get excited for that, purchase. Or like it's getting you excited for the purchase. So they're saying it's smart for them on a marketing level to tell you what a cannabis is going to be like before you buy it.
Not to mention,
So like,
it doesn't. That means we don't have to, let's say you and I message like, oh, let's get a strain kind of like this for today, or a strain kind of like this,
yeah,
and now we can just go to the store and be like, oh, this one says right on it, it's orangey, it's this. This is the name of it.
yep.
This is kind of
We're looking
similar.
for we're looking for a fruity strain. Fucking grab a go look for a fruity strain. Like it's amazing, and I think it's smart. And not only that, but I know folks out there listening that you may think to yourself, well, if I can read what it's like on the package, why would I listen to the Good Buds podcast? Now, I'm asking you right now to shut the
For,
fuck up and stop asking stupid questions.
it's for
Just
our
stop.
sexy voice, the ASMR,
Just,
and everything
yeah.
else that's good about the
Yeah,
buds.
frankly, and not only that, but it's fun to not have to read shit and just to be able to smoke a joint and have some buddies talk to you about things, right? So, yeah, so I mean, frankly, I think it's great because it'll help us out, it'll help you out, and I think ultimately getting more information about cannabis out there in general is the best thing in the world to do. I don't care whether it's through our podcast, through multiple other sources, subscribe, and through anything else. Like it's just one of those things where I'm glad to get more information out there in the world, and these packages are going to do that, which will definitely be, I think, beneficial all around, man. Like
Oh, yeah.
knowing more about your weed is always good.
Exactly, and hopefully that catches on almost universally. And then if
Yeah.
America and Mexico both legalize marijuana on a federal level, hopefully it'll be, unanimous between all three of us. So,
Oh, straight up. And I mean, it's going to be a lot easier, I think. It would probably be, like I can imagine like if like these marketing campaigns, like I wonder if like Seth Rogen and Snoop Dogg and stuff like that, if their companies are going to embrace that.
oh, I got a story for you, Segway City.
Oh.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, hey.
So before
Oh,
before I get into that really quick, the senior story that was on
yeah.
cannabis.net. Links below in the description.
Yeah, links will be below for all of these stories for you guys.
Now, the
Check out
story
on
I
your own.
have for you right now comes to us from Marijuana Moment.
Mhm.
Now, this news article is a little bit confusing, but trust me, go with it. Listen.
I'm flowing with you, brother.
The feds cite marijuana comments by Seth Rogen, Joe Rogan, and other celebrities in a COVID PSA database. So let me give a
Okay.
explanation here.
Okay.
So essentially, the Trump administration have considered the celebrities' views on marijuana legalization and drug use to be a relevant factor when selecting a spokesperson to participate in a public education campaign on coronavirus prevention. Now,
Okay. I get it.
Essentially, they have fucking. Oh, sorry, got a burp stuck. Hold up.
All right. So, well,
That's why you watch
while
this
you're getting that,
podcast.
damn right, folks. And but while you're getting that out there,
What up?
basically, so what you're saying is that the government wants to do a PSA campaign, and that they're like asking celebrities to do stuff in the campaign, and they're basically like
Yeah.
they're judging whether they should be allowed to or not, and like
So-
smoking weed's one of the things that's like
What they're doing,
eh,
what they're doing currently is
yeah.
they have what they're calling a celebrity tracker database that is being
Oh, shit.
maintained by the Trump administration.
Oh my, dude, can you imagine being on that fucking team, bro?
Here's the
Like, okay,
this
honey, gotta go to work. You go into your office. I'm tracking down fucking that guy who wrote Despacito today.
just watching fucking TMZ to see what these celebrities say as part of your
Oh my
government
God.
mandated job.
Hey guys, take Ricky Martin off the list. Apparently he thinks Trump's neck looks like a chicken's fucking gizzard.
They're going. All they do is just scan Twitter to see what these people are saying. But essentially,
Yeah.
so this database has listed nearly 300 celebrities. That
Are we on there?
that contractors have vetted as potential spokesperson for a "Helping the President Will Help the Country" ad campaign to promote public safety amid the pandemic.
No, hold up. On that for a second. Was that helping the president?
Helping the President will help the country. Yes, we're not
Helping the
we're
president
not
will
extremely
help.
political here, and we know. Come to your own conclusions. We gotta skip it. We're running low on time here. So
Yeah, no, yeah. Just I'm not touching that one with the 10-foot pole, folks. Just
exactly. Come to your own conclusion on
okay.
that one.
Come to your own
So
conclusion on
this
that.
list
Okay.
this list has been obtained by a congressional committee inquiry into COVID-related spending by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Jesus fuck lawyer
Oh my
talk.
god, do they have like a is there a way to make like an acronym out of that or something? Like what does that spell? Does that spell like
I mean, I could, but nobody
testicle?
would understand it. So,
Testicle?
anyway,
Alright,
marijuana
go ahead.
specifically came up. Now, the way this is set up is essentially it says the celebrity's name, it says what their response is in terms of being asked for this question, whether their
Yeah.
answer is pending, whether they've accepted, declined, or if
Yes,
they're
no, maybe
a
so.
maybe. Yeah, maybe is
Yeah.
actually an option. Next to
Yeah.
that, they have a notes section that describes a little bit about what their political history is and if there's
Mhm.
any uh anything that pertains to the liberal agenda, quotes.
Yeah.
Basically
No leftists around here.
basically marijuana, pro drug, pro life, pro choice, any of that kind of stuff,
Pro
LGBTQ.
human
Um
pro human rights.
yeah, sorry if I missed a couple letters there, sorry. For real.
Yeah, just LGBTQ plus I think is the best way to go about it.
Yes,
Just anybody in
that's
the
the one I
community.
mean.
Just say anybody in humanity that's not a fucking douchebag.
Exactly. So essentially, it'll list all that stuff as well as prior convictions. So if they have been arrested, DUIs, anything like that, charges have been dropped, suspended, whatever. It's all in there.
Yeah.
On top of that, it also has a section based on the general demographic that these people are targeted to hit.
Okay. I see that.
So, yeah. Marijuana specifically came up in the notes section for 4 would-be celebrity spokespersons, being Seth Rogen, Seth MacFarlane, Kelly Clarkson, Armie Hammer, and
Whoa.
there is a 5th, but I'll get to him in a second.
Wait, Kelly Clarkson?
Yes, Kelly
No,
Clarkson
Kelly Clarkson.
has voiced her liberal
That's-
opinions, including legalizing marijuana and NFL protests against police brutality.
You know what? I like her even more.
I like
I've always liked Kelly Clarkson.
I do
Kelly
too.
Clarkson's great.
Now, there's a couple other people on here, such as Kim Kardashian, Kelsey Grammer, Tito Ortiz, Andrew Zimmerman, and Jason Bateman. Each were noted as
Mhm.
having discussed using drugs or struggling with addiction in some way or form.
Hmm.
Now, the one who was flagged for the most wide-ranging pro-drug legalization views, the small drum roll here, Joe Rogan, fellow podcast host,
Whoa.
who I can't really say fellow, he's significantly above us.
Hey man, hey.
But Joe
hey,
Rogan,
We're all equal in the podcast game. All respect to Joe Rogan.
Exactly.
I'm sure he'd give all respect to us, you know.
we love you. Thank you.
Love goes both ways.
Exactly. So,
If you want to do Ask the West get together, I'll do it with you.
so Joe Rogan has his status as maybe with a follow-up. His additional notes are one of the longest ones on this list, stating as overcommitted, check back next month, critical of Catholic Church, has spoken critically of Vice President Joe Biden during current presidential campaign, publicly supports pro-drug legalization views, arrested in Las Vegas for a fight in 2005, charges dropped, and his demographic is general public. Because fuck yeah, everyone loves Joe Rogan, doesn't matter.
Yeah, everybody knows who Joe Rogan is, whether you know him from his Fear Factor days or you know him from his aliens or wearing people's faces and running the government phase. It doesn't matter. Like
Right.
it doesn't at all. Like you know who Joe Rogan is.
For sure.
Or you punching people in the face phase or announcing other people punching each other in the face. You know him.
Exactly.
He's got a foot in every. He's got a hand in every pie
So
and a foot in every door.
yeah. So now the full list has been revealed and the link is in the description below. You can check it out.
Yep.
It's like I said, it's over 300 celebrities on a PDF
Oh.
form. It's 34 pages long in this huge graph.
That's a lot of people.
It's pretty hilarious how they've placed some of these people on this list. I can tell
Martha
you
Stewart,
I can-
hard no,
I
convicted felon.
did you find her on here?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
I
I didn't know.
probably find her on
I
here at
didn't.
some point.
if she's
Um,
on there, that'd be
I can-
fantastic. You guys, you guys out there, tell us if
Little-
she's on there.
Little highlight right now, only 2 people have accepted, being Dennis Quaid and Mark Anthony.
I'm not shocked by either of those people.
And there is a pending answer from Kirsten Dunst, Reese Witherspoon, Mariska Hargitay, or
Mariska Hargitay?
Hargitay. I always,
Mariska Hargitay.
I know. Shank loves the name. I always have trouble saying it because I have
It's one of
such
my favorite.
an
It's one of
accent.
my favorite TV actor. Like it's one of my favorite TV actor names,
And
and I loved
also,
people. You know what? Controversial
yeah,
opinion.
but
I loved the Love Guru.
okay. So we got to move on. So
All right.
yeah, her, Jim Carrey, Brad Pitt, Scarlett Johansson, Jennifer Lawrence, Mark Ruffalo, Robert Downey Jr., Juliana Moore, and the entirety of Maroon 5 / Adam Levine are all on
Full
this.
stop. Full stop. All right. Right now, phone call from Maroon 5's manager. You be Adam Levine. I'll be the manager.
Okay.
And pretend the band isn't on board, but
Okay.
you might be okay with it.
Okay, got you.
Hey Adam. It's your manager calling.
Oh shit! I didn't know we were playing that far into it. Hold on a second. Oh hey, I'm on a payphone trying to call you. What is
Adam,
the thing you got to say?
All right. So Donald Trump and his administration want you to get into this thing where you go and you do an anti-COVID message. You and the band, you get up there, maybe sing a little song, do a little dance, say, wear a fucking mask.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
Okay, can you run it by the boys real quick and just see if they're down and just let me know?
Yeah. I'll see what they're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not made a minute yet.
Yeah, man. I don't think they're going for it, man. I don't know. Like, I'm on board, but I don't think they're going for it.
All right,
so
no,
I'm
that's
not
fine.
sure, man.
No, Adam, say no more. That's fine. We really didn't even want those schlubs. We really just want you specifically. Actually, the list said if we can get just you without them tagging along, that would be preferable. So you can, yeah, you that's fine.
I'm not 100. Okay. Leave me as
I'll sign you up.
Leave me as pending for right now, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Like I said, I'm at a payphone. I'm trying to call home.
Okay, yeah, I'll leave. How the fuck did I call the payphone? This is all right. Whatever. The skit just fell apart. But anyway, I'll call you back, Adam. Yeah, I'll call you back later, Adam. Bye.
All right. Bye.
And that's pretty much how I see that going down. Yeah, that's how I see that going down.
I wish I knew more Maroon 5 songs. I could have made that way funnier.
It probably would have been a better bit, but at the same time, that was pretty goddamn gold.
That was good.
No, seriously, that's how I see that going down. Like, like him just calling up, calling up, being like, Adam, you down? No. Well, the band's not. Are you down? Yeah. All right, screw those guys. Yeah, we didn't really want them anyway.
Some other celebrities on the list who have definitely declined are Kate Hudson, Christina Applegate, Dwayne Johnson, Selena Gomez, Britney Spears, and Mark Wahlberg.
You can smell what the Rock is smoking.
Marky Mark. He don't want us to supplant Donald Trump.
Mark Wahlberg.
I mean, he wants y'all to wear a mask. He wants y'all to be safe, but he just doesn't.
Say hi to your mother for me from 6 feet away, so you're safe.
Exactly. Come to Wahlburger. Dine out.
Dine out.
Take out only.
Get a burger. No, I love it, man.
Get
no,
your
seriously,
food and get out.
And I this list is pretty fucking comprehensive, dude. There's a lot of people on here, and I'm sure that they asked more than they've got entered on here. They just haven't put them in yet. Like, I'm sure they have some dude. Can you imagine that being your job, man? Like, I'd be like, yeah, going to work. And you go in, you fucking get up to your computer, you slide in on your desk, take a sip of your morning Joe.
Your
log
whole
in.
Job is just going
fucking
on
TMZ windows, like 6 different screens with like TMZ on it. Just tracking down like Keanu Reeves mugshot. Can I find it? Can I find it? Can I find it? Oh, the internet's gonna hate me for this one if I decline him. So I better not.
His answer is pending still, but they do have on here he was arrested in 1993 for a DUI. Has not made a public statement about Trump or politics. His demographic is general population.
No, Keanu Reeves doesn't. He doesn't mention get involved with politics. Really, he's like he tries his best to just stay out of everything. He doesn't really want to live like a celebrity, so he doesn't. Right, which is it's funny because it's funny because other celebrities are flashy, and they don't want to be followed by the paparazzi, but they are, and he's just like, whatever, and he's not really followed by the paparazzi. Every now and then they spot him, and they're like, hey, what's up? And he's like, oh, hi, nice to see you.
Oh,
Can I buy you a sandwich? Are you cold? Do you want some coffee? You know, like, it's like, yes, man. Like, so that's how you gotta be, man. Just no matter how big you get, just try to be live at a level that's comfortable but never extravagant.
why not be extravagant?
Except, we'll have a few extravagances. I mean, you can have like like golden giant bongs and shit like that, and that would be magnificent. That would
Fuck
be
you!
fine.
I'm having my giant golden bong statues on the way to my fucking $3 million bong water pool. And wait a minute.
Big note.
Big yes.
Why don't you just have it like
There's gonna be
with
chlorine in it, so it's
water?
gonna be clean.
But hold up. Why don't you have like, instead of bong water, why don't you have it so that it's water with a bunch of fucking CBD like mixed in? So it's just like CBD water.
CBD pool.
Oh my god.
CBD swims.
You could recreate the CBDC.
I hate this. I hate everything about how much I love this. I love this, and I hate it.
Oh,
Fuck.
oh, you know
know
what?
what,
I'm
Jake?
gonna steal
How are
your
you
line.
feeling?
Yeah. Brother, I was about to steal that line from you, but
No,
I am
fuck
feeling
you.
magnificent. I'm not gonna do it. I'm feeling great, dude. I'm not feeling drowsy at all. Not feeling couch locked at all. I'm giggly. I do have a bit of weight to me. Like, my eyes are a little bit squinty. I can tell by looking at my reflection in the monitor near me. Like, I can tell my eyes are kind of squinty, but I'm fine. I'm like, alert, awake, having a great fucking time, man. Like, this is good weed. I genuinely enjoy this, Chris. Thank you again for hooking me up with this amazing stuff. It's mind-blowingly good. I love it. I really appreciate it. But how's yours hitting you, Curtis? How are you feeling?
So I'm definitely a little bit tingly. I'm definitely relaxed to the point where I could definitely just pop my lever on my chair back and just lean back and go.
Just
But
blonk.
I'm not gonna do that for the sake of y'all.
No, sir.
Haven't gotten to too much of the dry mouth yet, and I
Nice.
definitely am feeling happy, giggly, and jokey, which is definitely not being said in the reviews or anything that I've seen on it. So
No, same here. Mine was mostly like couch lock, couch lock, couch lock. So I'm like,
right, and mine is mostly like sleepy, couch lock, relax. But
yeah.
no, it I don't know.
That's
It has
good.
a different effect on me, I guess. Like I said,
Yeah.
different effects for different people.
Everybody's different. Yeah, no, we all have different effects now, and that's amazing, man. Like, I enjoy this a lot. It's really, really tasty. Honestly, I got probably another bowl worth here grinded up.
I do
Probably
as
stand to
well.
get rid of it.
Well, let me just
I'm just gonna toss some in that
a
bowl.
little more in that bowl. All right. So,
Yeah.
final bong of the episode. Got our bowls packed, bros. We got our
Yes,
lighters.
sir.
Lighters out, bros. Blaze it.
The ladies and gentledems. So clean. See, the bong is a different toke from the joint. With the strain completely, I'm noticing they're both great in their own distinct ways. But holy crap, man, it's way different. This is, for me, I think this is mostly gonna be a bong weed because this is like, it has that nice like smooth flavor. Ah, damn, it's good.
That one did it for me.
Yeah. Oh. Hold on, let me give him a digital prod there. Curtis.
Fuck.
Gotta do. You're all right. We just gotta do the outro, bro.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we're running out of time here, bros. So, how about we roll one for the road, and we will see you next time on another fabulous episode of Good Buds Podcast.
That's right, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and yell about this to all of the random people that you see floating around the room right now. They definitely shouldn't be there, but don't question that. Just tell them to go check out our podcast.
Show them love. Show us love. Just fucking go do that.
Love.
Also, get out of the house
Do
from
it.
Insidious.
Oh god. Okay, yeah, later, buds.
Later.